Good morning everyone, I just woke up, as you can see. Welcome to a what I eat in a day video. It's been a while. I didn't really know where I wanted to go with these videos for a while, and I'm still trying to figure that out. So this one is going to be, you know, pretty much just old school style like I used to do them. But something that I did want to do today is focus a little bit on how I get enough protein. A few months ago I decided to download the Cronometer app, and honestly I should have done this a long time ago, and kind of track what I eat and see whether I am hitting all my macros every day. Cronometer is basically an app where you just input everything you've eaten and it shows you the nutrients you're getting from that food, and it shows you how many nutrients you should be getting in a day and whether you are meeting that goal, which is something that is honestly really important, because that is your body that you're trying to feed and keep healthy, and you need all of those different things and you need to meet all of your goals basically. I feel like everyone who is on a restrictive diet or who kind of cuts out food groups, and honestly just anyone pretty much, I found out when I used that for a few days that my protein is definitely on the low side. Even when I did eat meat and dairy products, I think it would have still been on the low side. Kind of depending on your diet overall, like all of the things you eat combined, even when you do include all the food groups, you might still not be including them in the right proportions. I think it's just a very wise thing to do, just to track that for a few days, make sure you are getting everything you need. Just once every few months I track my food for a few days, and turns out I do actually struggle with my protein intake a little bit. I feel like there is a lot of misinformation out there about vegan nutrition, especially on YouTube. I've noticed that some people, some vegans, will try to promote the cause at all costs. But I feel like saying things like you will get enough protein as long as you eat enough calories, that is just not true. It heavily depends on what you eat. And I know that for myself, I really need to pay attention to what I'm eating, make sure I do get enough protein in a day, especially now that I have been weight training at the gym and things like that and trying to grow some muscle. I know that I definitely need to watch my protein intake. So today I'm going to show you how I kind of do that. I'm gonna track my food as well, and we're gonna, you know, see how I'm doing. Dermot's having his breakfast as well. He's finished his portion. Let's just get him another portion while I keep talking. Yeah, I also often notice when I watch like vegan recipe videos on YouTube that they just include barely any protein or just not enough. So it is definitely something I feel like you need to be aware of as someone on a vegan diet or a plant-based diet or even a vegetarian, I think. So okay, that's what I'm gonna do today. Oh man, those eye bags. So what I've been doing for breakfast lately is start with either oatmeal or yogurt, and I use soy yogurt. I will either use this one, oops, by Alpro, or the Go On kind, which has a little bit more protein. This one's just a little bit more inexpensive, so kind of switch between those. And when I make my oatmeal, I use soy milk always. Fill up my bowl with some of that. Then on top of that, I will add a muesli, or this is actually more like granola. And this one has nuts in it. And I always like to have some nuts with my breakfast. They do contain protein as well, but also some healthy fats. And nuts are just very rich in all kinds of great things. So this one has hazelnuts. I believe there is a Brazil nut in here, either a walnut or a pecan. Anyways, there are different kinds of nuts. If I'm doing the oatmeal, let me just point you up for that, a gigantic glass jar of homegrown organic walnuts from my grandparents' backyard. So sometimes top it up with that, sometimes I will add some of that to my yogurt as well. Then I always add some fruit. So today I have these blueberries here. I love blueberries, but they're so pricey, so I only buy them when they're on sale. And then the last thing I add is a mixture of 3 types of seeds. So I have chia seeds here, then I have flax seeds, and I have hemp seeds. And I just add about a teaspoon of all. And these again contain both protein and healthy fats, and a few things that are pretty hard to get as a vegan in general. So I just feel good knowing that I've at least, you know, had this in the day. I depend on my breakfasts and dinners mostly for all of my nutrients. I like my lunches quick and easy because they are in the middle of a workday, and I don't usually, you know, want to take the time to prepare a balanced meal at that time of day. So yeah, this is my breakfast bowl. So with that, I will have a glass of orange juice and my vitamins. I take vitamins every day. This multivitamin for women, which contains pretty much everything I might need, like iron, B12, vitamin D, just everything you need to watch out for as a vegetarian or vegan. And also it contains biotin and a little bit more folic acid, and just, well, yeah, this is specifically geared towards women, so I just prefer taking this over a normal multivitamin, but I do make sure that it contains all of the classic kind of vegan vitamins you might need to supplement. And then this one is calcium, magnesium and zinc. So that is my breakfast for today. So this breakfast gives me 13.5 grams of protein out of the 46 grams that Cronometer has calculated that I should be eating in a day minimum. We're about a third of the way there when it comes to the minimum, and that's only breakfast, so I feel like that's pretty good, but that's not taking into account my trying to build muscle, so I will need lots more still throughout the day. Time for my first cup of tea of the day. I'm actually going to make a little pot. This one right here, and usually around this time, mid-morning, it's 10 o'clock, I have some green tea. Today I'm gonna actually have this blend of white and green tea. I recently got this like earlier this week. Got this from IKEA, and you guys know how I feel about their teas, and this is new. I think I hadn't seen this before, but I found this in a little food store, and it is white and green tea with cherry blossom flavor, and it's organic, and it is good, guys. It's really good. This little pot will wield about 2.5 cups approximately, so that should be good for now. It's time for a little mid-morning snack. So today I have here one flat peach, my absolute favorite fruit ever, one apricot, and I have 2 whole wheat rye sourdough crackers here with spicy hummus on top, which is obviously made of chickpeas. So that's just another little drop in my protein pool today. So I'm just gonna have this, and then next meal is gonna be my lunch. Alright, it is past 12 o'clock, so it's time for lunch, and like I mentioned, usually my lunches are pretty simple and quick. I tend to just have some sandwiches, slices of bread with some kind of topping. That is pretty much the go-to lunch in the Netherlands. Most people, I think, eat that for lunch over here. So today I think I'm gonna have 2 slices. I usually have 2 or 3 depending on how active I am that day. Today I'm just sitting behind my desk all day, so I'm just gonna have 2, I think. So I have some whole wheat dark bread here, and let's see, what should I do? Sometimes I make my own spreads. Most of the time I just buy kind of ready ones at the store. I think I'm gonna have this brand of spreads, and they have like 3 or 4 different kinds. I really like this one. This one has eggplant, but it's not like a baba ganoush, it's different, but oh, really, really nice. So I'm just gonna have that on one of my slices of bread. And then on the other one, I think, I think I'm gonna have this. I cannot stay away from this stuff. This is one of my absolute favorite bread toppers ever. This is a brand called Vegetarian Butcher, and they have these like mock deli meats, I guess, and I believe this is like, yeah, just a pate. It's normally made of like leftover meats and things like that with spices. This one's obviously vegan and delicious. Usually with that I will have some kind of raw vegetable. Usually I'll go for cherry tomatoes or like red pepper, something like that, a little bit of cucumber. If I have cucumber, sometimes I'll put it on my sandwiches. Let's just have a handful of, whoops, cherry tomatoes today. Got it. There you go, that's my lunch. Really quick, really simple, and on most days about all I can be bothered to make. In winter I will sometimes have like soup or something like that, or I will prep foods in advance. Sometimes I will have leftovers from the day before, but more often than not, this is it. So after lunch my protein is at 31 grams, which is 68% of my daily minimum. Carbs are at 82% and fat is at 50%, so I can definitely still eat a lot. Or actually I still have to eat a lot to meet my daily nutrients. But that's good because the day is only halfway done. So actually one of the largest contributors to the protein intake right now is the whole wheat bread. Whole wheat contains quite a bit of protein actually. The 2 slices of whole wheat bread make up 19% of my protein intake for today. So, you know, good to know. I think I'm gonna make myself another pot of tea. I think I'm gonna do a big one this time and just do some herbal tea, and that should pull me through the rest of my work day. By the way, this app does count calories as well, but I do believe, yeah, you can turn that off. So if for some reason you don't want to know how many calories you're eating, then you can turn that off. Alright, time for a midday snack. I have 2 crackers here. This is another one of those sourdough rye ones with peanut butter and hot sauce. Oh guys, I know it looks gross, but I love this. This is so delicious. And this is a thin cracker with sea salt and rosemary. It's really good, and I just have some vegan butter on that. And I'm gonna have an ice cream when I finish this. Here's my ice cream. This is an ice cream made predominantly out of pear puree. They're a children's favorite over here in the Netherlands, and I love them. They're pretty innocent. I believe it's like mostly water, then pear puree, and just a little bit of sugar. They are delicious, so gonna enjoy this. I am currently working on dinner, so in the oven here I have some potatoes that I'm just baking. They're just small potatoes in the skin with some olive oil and sea salt. Then here I have some random vegetables. I have half an onion, I have a clove of garlic, I have some broccoli and some red pepper. I'm going to add a tin of lentils to that as well. I tend to cook weird, just kind of random stuff that I find in the fridge when I'm home alone. I just don't really care when I'm cooking for myself. I'll probably add some spices to this to give it a little bit of flavor, some seasoning. I'm sure it's gonna be alright. And then I went to IKEA a few days back, like I mentioned, and I got a bag of those vegetable balls that they sell that are absolutely amazing. So I think I'm gonna have some of those with that. And I believe I actually still have the, yes, I do still have the jelly that goes with it. So I think I'm probably gonna have some of that with it as well. It's just gonna be a really random meal, but has a little bit of everything. I'm sure it's gonna be great. Lentils are my favorite food, you guys know that. I try to add either a legume or a soy product or a mock meat. Of course, soy is a legume as well, but I mean like tofu or tempeh or some kind of mock meat made of soy to dinner every night, just to make sure I add, you know, a good dash of protein to every meal, or at least every dinner that I cook. And today is lentil day. Every day should be lentil day, honestly. I added my lentils and I decided to add, let's see, this mix right here. It's called oven vegetables. It has like some Mediterranean herbs. Let's see, onion, garlic, rosemary, tomato, parsley, thyme, black pepper, and laurel. Is it laurel? That's in here. I added a little bit of sea salt as well. And my IKEA balls are going here. And my potatoes should be done in a few minutes, so yes, can't wait. I'm not sure I will eat all of this. I probably won't, because this is a lot. So I might save some of this for another time. So here it is, my dinner for today. I have my weird vegetable mixture. This is definitely not all of it. I have like half of it left. Can have that for lunch tomorrow. My potatoes, baked potatoes. I have some mayonnaise to go with the potatoes, vegan mayonnaise. I have the IKEA vegetable balls and the lingonberry jam that goes with them. Oh, yummy! Dessert tonight is some watermelon fresh from the fridge, nice and cold. Last thing I'm gonna eat today are these Seaman seaweed chips. Crisp. I think this is new in stores, so I hadn't noticed it before, so I just thought I was gonna see if it's any good. I have a little bowl of them here. So far, my nutrition summary is as follows. I had 55.7 grams of protein today, which is 120% of my recommended daily intake. I believe they calculate like 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. I'm actually almost at 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. So for carbs, I have 160%. And fat, I'm at 129. Not really surprised there. I know I have a pretty carb heavy diet, but I'm okay with that personally. So I feel like today was a pretty good day when it comes to the macros and how I did on those. The thing I want to show you with the proteins is like, look, 120% of my total proteins, but all of the little individual ones I didn't hit like at all. I still need a lot more to hit all of those. I've gotta be honest with you guys, I am not a dietitian or anything like that. I honestly don't know that much about nutrition at all, so I am not entirely sure what these are exactly and what I should be doing to meet my needs for those, and if I need to worry about this or not. I definitely need to do a little bit more research on that, but protein is something you need to watch out for when you're on a vegan diet. So let me just try one of these seaweed. Oh, wow. Oh, that's delicious. Okay, I was honestly expecting this to not be so great, but wow. Okay, I'm gonna put the bag away now so that I don't actually end up refilling my bowl. And I think I'm gonna end the video here, guys. It's pretty late, I'm gonna go to bed after this. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for loads more beauty and lifestyle content. If you'd like to support me through Patreon or my merch store, there will be links in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!